Good evening. And this is the first of my LinkedIn Lives with members of my team or members of the business group that we're within. So I'm delighted today. I'm going to be talking with Donna Barnes. So, Donna, how long have we known each other?
Do you know what's coming up to nearly just over a year now?
Ooh.
I
So
know. I think
do
it might
I
be just
deserve the
literally.
medal or do you deserve the medal?
Not quite sure, actually. I
So,
think it might be a bit of both.
yeah, so Donna heads up the Accountants Recruiter, and a little bit of a history. We were recommended Donna by one of our members as she had a really different recruitment model. And so we introduced her to our members. Our members loved her so much, they turned around to me and said, Heather, she needs to be part of your team. We don't want her in a separate company. And I'm like, I can't do that. Anyway, ended up, we invited Donna to join the business and set up the separate brand, which is now a separate company, the Accountants Recruiter. And the Accountants Recruiter specializes in hiring accountants for small accountancy firms in practice. And as of such, you're talking with probably about 200, 300 candidates every week between you and your team of Mel and Joe.
Yeah, an awful lot of candidates. Yeah,
Yeah.
we approach probably around about between us around about 150 candidates a day that we
Whoa,
actually
whoa, whoa, whoa.
message.
Yeah. So given that you're talking to more accountants than most of us know in our lifetime, unless you're sitting here an accountant, what are candidates wanting right now? What are you hearing from these?
Oh, it's really changing. The landscape is changing, and the main thing that we are seeing is that the need for flexibility. And it's really interesting. I was reading some stats that LinkedIn have produced through a report that they've done, and there is one vacancy for every person that is unemployed in the UK at the moment. So it's a one-on-one
Whoa.
stat. So that is a really unheard of. And obviously, we're in a high skill set requirement industry. So that's why trying to hire at this moment in time is highly difficult, because you won't hire from a labour market that is available. You have to go and find. And when you are going to find, you need to be able to offer them something that is different from what they currently have, and so you need to make yourself different.
So I'll just repeat that. So in the whole of the UK, doesn't matter what job you're going for, there's for every vacancy matches up. The vacancies match up with the number of unemployed people out there. And so when you take that to a highly skilled job like accountancy, it's a war for talent, isn't it? We've known that. We've known that. So one of the things that Mel and your team was telling us is that there's a real desire to move out of these non-traditional firms. So what is it they're not liking about the traditional firms? What is it they're wanting to move away from?
It's not necessarily because the roles are very similar to whichever accountancy company you apply to. The actual technicalities of the role are very, very similar. It's the culture and the flexibility that that company will give you to do your job. So are they flexible? So it's about culture, it's about flexibility. What I'm seeing, so when the pandemic started, obviously everybody worked from home. People aren't necessarily wanting fully remote. They are preferring a hybrid approach, because what they're saying is, I like the flexibility of being able to work at home, but actually I also miss the company culture of working in an office. So the flexibility of having that hybrid model is the most important. And the other thing is they're saying is that almost 95% surveyed said that professional development is as important as anything else. So what we're seeing is, if you are offering professional development, you're offering enhancement, and you're offering flexibility, then you won't necessarily have to offer the full, I'm not going to say the full salary package, but you don't have to compete on salary, because what you're doing is looking at a much more holistic approach. And we're seeing that within candidates, is that they're being much more flexible on their salary package if you are offering a much more holistic package to them.
And it was interesting. I remember you working on one of my members, and I remember that some of these candidates were actually wanted to see the inside of the office. They were looking at the pictures of where they were going to be working. And what I was hearing you saying is that candidates are so much fussier at the moment. And, dingy offices with no natural light, cramped conditions, you're not going to get them through the door.
No, you're not going to. And people are what we call job shopping as well at the moment. So where candidates would look at an advert for a role and just apply, they're not. What we're seeing is people are looking 2 or 3 times at that advert before they apply. And that's because what they're doing is looking at other competitors and what their offer is and going, okay, weighing up, it's like buying a dress. Which one do I want? And actually, because of the marketplace that we are in, and especially with the level of competency that we need within our candidates for our practices, they almost know if they go for one job, they're normally going to get it. So they are job shopping, and we've had candidates that have been on maybe 5, 6, 7 interviews. They've literally just put their CV out there, and they are, because we have what we call watchdogs. So we already know as soon as anybody puts a CV on any of the job sites, we get alerted, and we approach them. We're not the only people doing that. So anybody that is looking has, and that's why I know that companies obviously hire themselves, but they haven't got this knowledge and capability that we have. And this is why the candidate market is so short when you're trying to hire direct, because ordinarily the agencies have got them. They're there before they've even, a day in, they've been approached. So it's really important.
Whoa. So given all of this stuff, how, if you're a small firm, the types of which you and I deal with a lot, when I say small, I'm often meaning tiny. So up to 1 million, 1.5 million in turnover, maybe you're even at the other end doing your first kind of hire. How do you make your firm more attractive to these great candidates? I know you've said this, offering a hybrid working so that there's a space for them to come into work, but also they can work from home some of the time is an absolute massive plus. But what else can you do to make your firm more attractive to get these great candidates?
So it's hybrid working. That's the first thing. But it's also your systems and processes. So are they slick? People are looking for technology now. So people, especially within the accountancy world, they're looking for enhancement. So, are your systems slick? What's your onboarding process like? Because again, the first week is so important to that person. I've had people leave very quickly because the onboarding process was not up to scratch. And they don't forget, once these candidates are in with you, they are still getting approaches. They are still being approached by other recruiters and or clients. So they are still there. So you've got to make sure you get them embedded very quickly and get them excited about your company. Get them excited about their future. What can they do? What can they offer? How can they feel involved in your company? So it's all about professional development. It's all about enhancement. It's all about making them feel part of the family. But also about just being, it's about well-being. Is it about them or is it about you? You need to make it about them.
And I know we've got a new team member found by yourselves. Thank you very much. That's joining us not this Monday, but next Monday. And interestingly, he had 9 interviews lined up. And why did he stop his process? What was it that he liked with us? Well, first off, I said, look, if you want to go swimming during the day, go swimming during the day. You've got to be productive when you're working. I'm not going to tell you that you've got to sit at your desk between, 8 and 5 and do 8 hours work. And he really loved that whole philosophy. We also, and we've done this with our, the other ones we've hired between you, is we've already sent him a little welcome to the team gift. So he's already got his own mug with his name on and the 3 words, yes, like yours. Yeah, he's already got that mug. There's books being sent to him, plus a lovely little gift of a mindful chef meals voucher for him. So we know. He said to us, look, I'm doing dry January. I'm trying to get back and fit again. So we're like, well, we can't send you beer, we can't send you chocolate. Let's carry on with this. Before interviews, I've sent him a little personalized video message to say, really looking forward to meeting you. This is what we're going to be talking about. And these little personal touches really matter. So one of the other things I'm going to be speaking to him very shortly is before his first day, talk about, right, this is what your first 4 weeks are going to look like. This is who you're going to be with. This is what your targets are going to be. And this is the plan for the next 12 months. So that real involvement matters. And interesting, there's a couple of things you've also told me. Don't muck about with salary, just pay it.
No, just, I mean, for the sake of it, for what it means monthly, don't mess around with it. So yeah, so don't mess around with salary, and also your shop window is what you do. So it's about you know, your website is your shop window, and your
Yep.
social media, not just your website. What are you on social media? So
Yeah.
it's what you do. So
Yeah. So if you've got an old-fashioned website that doesn't talk anything about, join us, what's the benefits? Now, benefits doesn't need to be a market leading package. Benefits can be another member of your team talking about, well, this is why I like working with it. It's that hybrid working. It's the fact that on a Friday there's very often pizza when we've had a good week. It's those little things that can make a real difference. The other thing is, you said to it, people are job shopping. If they put their CV out there, if they start looking, they'll have 3 or 4 interviews immediately. So do not be slow with the interviews. If you kind of leave it 2 weeks between interviews, I'm guessing you'll lose them at the moment, Donna.
yeah, absolutely. You need to be really, really quick in moving. So if you see somebody you like, get them in. Also, look at where your look at where your business is going. So if you can't get them in now, if you need them in a month or two's time, get them in. Look at it. We've got a client at the moment who's like, I really like this person, but I need, I can't. There's not a role yet, but actually we could have a role very soon. And if you see that skill set, move them in.
Absolutely. So, Donna, I'm just going to summarize. So, there's a big thing about candidates are moving because they want firms that are tech enabled, that have got good systems, because they're wanting to enhance their skill set. They're wanting to be seen developed. They're not wanting to be forced into the office 5 days a week. They're wanting a level of flexibility. They don't want to go into dark, dingy offices. Key thing we're hearing is that the marketplace is probably hotter than it's ever been in our lifetime. And sadly, I've been in and around accountancy for nearly 20 years now, which makes me feel very old. I think I started when I was 14. I think that's the right thing, isn't it? I started then. So those are really interesting stuff, and about this moving quickly. So, Donna, I know our members get a discount to use you, but one of the things that whenever I've introduced you to others, people go, wow, is this innovative way that people can pay for your services, that you say to them, look, if you want to, pay in 12 equal monthly installments when somebody joins you.
Yeah.
And why is it that accountants really love paying that way?
Well, to be honest with you, it's a win-win, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's a joint. So we're both bearing the load in regards to, look, I'm confident about the way that we recruit, and I'm so confident that I'm putting my money where my mouth is and going, right, pay over 12 months, because they need to add value. If they don't add value to your business, then I'm not doing my job.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they leave, you stop paying.
Yeah.
Which means that I will say to Donna, do not muck this up. So, we're putting the best stuff out there. So how can accountants get in touch with you and your team, Donna?
Well, they can email me, or they can call me, and it's donna@excedia.co.uk.
That's excedia.co.uk. Absolutely. And just in case there was somebody out there that was thinking, oh, Donna, can you help me? Well, or Mel, or your team, Joe, can you help me find my next person? If they were to pay you by 12 months, what would they be paying as a percentage of salary?
It really depends on the role and the person, etc. So it all depends. So the best thing to do is contact me, and we can have a chat.
Absolutely. But our members pay a lot less. Definitely pay a lot less. This has been great. I've really enjoyed this conversation, and I know we're going to be repeating it soon. So thank you very much, Donna, and thank you for today.
See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to ask. If you've enjoyed this, do comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, please.